actually just wanted to ask. So I probably have the opposite. I have anxiety about sort of letting the dog play with other dogs. My last dog was a rescue, and we definitely missed the socialization period and stuff like that, and he was not good with other dogs. So I'm just curious, am I doing him I haven't taken him to a dog park. I haven't really, he hasn't had anyone to really play with. We have a tendency to cross the street if there's another dog, both because of the pandemic and because I've had bad experiences in the past with my previous dog. I'm just curious, am I doing him a disservice? Should I be making sure I do something? Is the socialization period going to close and then he's going to like hate all dogs? Like what's the deal with that?
That's a really, really good question. And so I'm going to start and preface this by saying you're not doing your dog a disservice at all. Every dog's circumstances are different. And as somebody who had a very aggressive dog, and going to dog parks or going anywhere, crossing the street, even with Captain, who's super social, I see other dogs and I constantly cross the street. And it's not because he did anything wrong, it's to keep him below a threshold of excitement where I can keep his attention while he's on leash. And that way later he can meet another dog off leash and they can have a good time. So I do think crossing the street when he's on a leash is actually a really good thing right now. It's a good habit to get into, or at least keeping his attention while you're moving through space. As far as playing and being nervous, like I said, I paid my friends who own a dog walking company to take my dog to the dog park because I can't do it. And especially if you had a reactive dog in the past and a rescue that had a questionable history, you never really, I think once you see stress in a dog and you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah. And for me, it is really hard for me to bring my dog into situations where I know he's probably going to have a great time because I'm watching all the other dogs having not a great time. And it's hard. But I think it's better to be a little bit cautious. And if you need help, like starting to integrate him, just like I recommended to Kuno's people, getting him into like maybe either Pet Republic or even Every Dog Training Center. Diane is one of our trainers at New England, but she also owns a huge dog training studio up in Danvers, and she does puppy day school, where the puppies can start to play with just each other, with her and one assistant, even through COVID. They get a little bit of training too, but they're really just learning how to work with each other. And that way the pressure's off of you. And then you can actually get a lesson from her as to like how to have him have a good time, and how to read the room a little bit better. You could even zoom in. Hey, Diane, can I zoom in while you're teaching so I can see him? And that way, because I find for me, when I'm nervous, my dog loses his mind. It goes right down the leash. So, and I think for you with the experiences that you had, it would probably be similar, where your past experiences are going to color how you go forward with him.
Yeah.
And it's just how it is. But I think he will be able to be good with other dogs. I think you're going to need a lot of coaching in that. And unfortunately, that's not my forte. I cannot do it because my history is also very similar, where I tend to get dogs that are either overexcited and can't interact safely, or are just straight up aggressive with other dogs, and then they can't have positive experiences. So my forte is, how do I manage this and safely cross the street, or like work on leave it, or find it, or attention on me and reactive dog handling? That's where I'm really comfortable. The opposite, I have very few skills because those are not the dogs that I've had. But there are people there that are excellent at that kind of handling. And I think Pet Republic and Diane, especially Diane, she's taken captain for me. Like I trust her with my human children and all of my pets. So I think she would be an excellent resource, Diane at Every Dog.
Cool.
Any other questions, you guys? Okay, well, I'm going to stop the recording.